Okay then. Uh, Once you log into the game, your UI should look something along the lines of this. First thing I do is I move recount over and wintergrass timer over, and then I type in /bar. I unlock all of the bars and then I move them to where I want them to be. I move bar 1 over to the right hand side of the screen, and then bar 2 over to the right hand side of the screen. 3 to the left, 4 to the left, and then I scale all of my bars down to 0.85. Once I've scaled down most of my bars to 0.85, well, all of my enabled bars, I enable bars 7, 8, and 9, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Sorry. I use them as my extra bars for when I need to put extra abilities on there, like if I need to put a quest item down, that's where I'll put them. And then once you enable them, scale them down to 0.85. The next thing on my list is what I do is I move the sexy map to the bottom middle part of my screen. I try to get it as well centered as I possibly can, and I also scale it down a bit so it doesn't eat as much space. Unlock the minimap and move it on down. Try to get it as centered as you can so that the bars have as much room as you can get. And you can scale this to whatever you want. You can set it to a box, but I like the preset uh, blue rune circles. After you get it about centered, you then move it a little bit. Yeah, come on. You're trying to maximize as much space as you can get. Alright, I think that's good. You lock it in place, click OK, and then move your back bar. I move my back bar over here and scale it down a little bit, I think. What did I want? Yeah, scale it down to 0.85. And get it about as close as I can without hitting the top part. Otherwise, sometimes you'll click on it and you'll open your bags and it'll be like, ugh. Then I move the micro menu bar over here to the top right hand corner or left hand corner, I'm not sure. And then next I move Pratt. Unlock your window and move it up. The next thing I do is I move bar 5 over and I set it into rows so that you have 8 buttons in a box, I think. Alright, I moved my minimap over a little bit, and what I meant to say beforehand is I have 3 rows of 4, so you have extra little buttons to put abilities on. So after you make bar 5 into that row, you do the same with bar 6. Bar 6. And what I do is I get them as close as possible so it seems like one gigantic bar instead of 2 small bars. And then I move Wintergrasp Timer over here because that's my most conveniently placed spot I could find. And then I move the pet bar on top of bar 4. I should scale pet bar down a little. And if this isn't perfectly as my UI looks on my hunter, that's because for each character I have, I always like mixing it up because I like making WoW seem a little less uh, robot. I like adding new things, making things look different, so my experience is different for each character. Sure, that'll mess me up later, but it's fun to adjust to things sometimes. Move bar 7 over here. After making it into 4 rows, 12 buttons. Oh, that's bar 9. Where's bar 8? Oh, there it is. 4 rows. Ah. I didn't perfectly center it. Move you guys over a little. Still too much. Maybe scale sexy map down a little bit more. No, that's a little too small. 0.80. Try that out. Oh no, no matter what, even if I scale sexy map down a lot, it's not a problem. My minimap's not the most important thing I have. Sure, it helps me out when I'm on my hunter, but if you play a different class, it's not as imperative. I think, I don't know. I don't play very many classes. Other than hunter. I do have a paladin, but paladins aren't my forte.